What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode. Oh my god, I look crazy. I need to go to the barber shop, but I've been working so much lately. Guys, let's not use this time to be scared and fearful for our job security. Let us come together. Okay, let us understand that together we are powerful, but separate we are weak. Okay, consolidations, branch mergers. Okay, these are the telltale signs of consolidation. Okay, consolidations is going to lead towards privatization. Okay, that's what I know. Okay, it's my opinion. Hold me to it. Okay, let me be your punching bag. Okay, but don't let your fellow carriers be your punching bag. All right, guys, don't be scared that what you see in the news is going to threaten your security. Okay, guys, there are a couple things that you have to know. Okay, that we have to know. We have an asset. Okay, the American people. Okay, they don't see the government every day. Okay, they see the government once a week when they come and take taxes out of people's checks. Okay, these people don't see politicians. They don't see their Congress people. They don't see their state legislators. Okay, they only see those people when the time comes for voting. Okay, but who they do see is their letter carrier. Every single day of their life, they see people like me and you wearing light blue. Okay, we have in effect created a sense of security for the American people. Whether they believe that the mail service is crap or they get a whole bunch of third-class mail, that's not the point. The point is this system has been in effect, it works, and the people trust it. Okay, so let us backtrack. Okay, as a person who works for the government, okay, it's insane that the government has a law that says that we can't talk about politics, that we can't organize politics, that we can't run for office as we work for the government, but yet we have high officials in the government accepting hundreds of billions of dollars from private corporations. Okay, it doesn't make sense. Okay, the laws are designed to keep the people like me and you out of control. Okay, unfortunately, this whole thing comes down to money. Okay, if the Postal Service is privatized, they have to place it in a position that supports corporate interests, and that is going to be consolidation. So in essence, the Postal Service will use its funds today to put it in position for someone to acquire it at a cheaper price, to exploit it, and then to destroy it. Okay, and that's what government does. Okay, whether it was the Postal Service helping out Amazon, delivering all their packages for pennies on the dollar, allowing Amazon to build these warehouses to get their trucks and infrastructure and structure for that one day they can pull their business out of the Postal Service and now be a thriving company. And the government does it with countries, especially developing countries. Okay, we allow them to trade in our country for extremely cheap rates while they build their economies, while they build their militaries. And then one day when the country realizes that they got everything they can get out of America, they pull out, and now they have stronger resources than we have at home, and everything at our home, our infrastructure, our roads, our military, everything has been crumbling because we have been using, in essence, we have been giving people a tax break to build their country while ours kind of deteriorates a bit, right? And that's what the Postal Service has been doing. The Postal Service has been offering subsidized rates for big companies, but it also has standardized rates. Okay, if the Postal Service sets a price, that's the price that every business has to follow. In essence, it does protect the small customer, the small business shipping, the customer on our route that has 40 or 50 packages every day that some of us hate picking up. But however, that is what thrives, that is what makes this place thrive. So will the Postal Service be privatized or not? That's not our issue. Okay, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. What the issue is, what are we going to do about it, right? Because if our branches begin to merge, say there's 6 branches in your state today. Now say in a year there's only 3, and 2 years later there's only 1. And let's say there's 100 installations in your state, but as of 5 years later, there's only 4 consolidated centers, okay? Which each center probably, let's say, holds 300 routes, 300 carriers, okay? So 1,500 carriers out of 3 or 4 stations, okay? And let's say there's 1 branch protecting all of those carriers. That makes it so easy for our union to, have concessions when it comes to running these stations, when it comes to convincing union members and union leaderships that they have to vote this way and agree to these type of things happening because it's in the best interest of their own protection or security. That's the big issue. The big issue is merging of branches, okay, and consolidating our stations into these mass centers, okay. Not only will it allow a big opportunity for corporate interest, but it's going to allow corporate interests to govern our unions, okay. So the key issue here is us creating a stronger union, which is going to protect us by fighting against consolidations and mergers. Okay, when you have separate branches and separate branch presidents and separate branch executive boards, you have debate, okay? You have reason to argue, you have reason to have your point proven against the people that elect you, okay? In our national union, we can see that even though 70,000 letter carriers disagreed with work rules and wage increases, it didn't mean anything because the administration will pass what they want to pass, okay? And that is the scary reality of what I'm speaking. We don't have money, but collectively we have power, okay? One corporation can outspend us, and that's true, right? But together as people in this country that depends on the people, we have the voice. And that's why I stress how important the American people are, because we are the American people. We are the customers to another letter carrier, okay? Someone delivers our mail at our house every day. So not only are we public servants, we are part of the public. And that is critical, okay? Because the way that we allow political differences to separate us is not only a union problem, it's an American problem. And it's a polarizing issue when we speak politics. However, politics need to be spoken. Now, we don't need to speak about the things that separate us, but the things that keep us in common, like low wages. It's happening throughout the country. The federal minimum wage is still $7. Now, how is that possible in 2025? Okay, we have issues that affect people, whether you're black, white, gay, straight, lesbian, or transsexual. It doesn't matter if you're Christian or Muslim or anything like that. At the end of the day, there's one big thing happening in this country, and if you can't see it, it's time to open up our eyes. It's corporate America versus public America, okay? These big corporations are funding these politicians, and these politicians are only going to vote the way that the corporations that pack their pockets want them to, okay? So if the post office becomes privatized, it's because there was enough private funding from the people that are going to take over the postal service, i.e. Amazon, UPS, FedEx, whoever offers political donations via PACs or super PACs to the politicians that vote towards privatization. That's the answer. So in essence, we need to get ahead of that, okay? As the people of this country, we have to put people in office that will vow to not take corporate dollars. And that is the hard part. That is the part that will be proven to be the most difficult thing in American politics, right? This is all politics, and anyone that refuses to take a stance against politics, be wary of them, because it is a political game. It is, okay? And as long as people in Congress are accepting campaign dollars from corporations, from pharmaceutical companies, from logistic companies and transportation companies, and people that rely on drill, baby drill, okay, on fossil fuel companies, the interests of the corporations will always supersede the interests of the people. But the people have to vote these congressmen and women in. So the congressmen and women know that they have to give the people something, okay? And that's where you hear these things like no taxes on overtime, okay? And no tax on tips, okay? You give the people a little bit, but you give the corporations more. Corporations get the big tax breaks, okay? And it's a political nightmare, okay? However, in order for postal service to be privatized, it has to be an act of Congress. And you have to check your Congress people. You have to check who's funding their pockets. And if you find out that they're being funded by the same people that want to buy the postal service, well, it's time to outvote those people. And it doesn't matter if they're Democrat or Republican. Okay, they could be receiving funding from the same exact people. But it's time to have a grassroots campaign in this country and elect people who are going to fight for people because they understand what it is to be a working American and not a person that gets their money through stocks or dividends. Guys, until next time, I'll be here and you'll be there. Peace.